week's news roundup. Brexit moves into its final showdown following the EU's ratification of Britain's withdrawal bill. The former lawyer of US President Donald Trump admits lying in front of Congress, and changes to the way in which your students' union is governed. All this and more coming up now. EU leaders of the remaining 27 member states have unanimously agreed to ratify Prime Minister Theresa May's Brexit agreement. This comes after nearly 20 months of negotiations between the UK and the European Union on terms of Britain's withdrawal and its relationship with the bloc thereafter. The agreement includes provisions for a financial assessment between £36 and £39 billion to cover Britain's financial responsibilities with the EU, and a framework for the so-called backstop in Northern Ireland, which is now clear would encompass the entire UK and a temporary customs arrangement, among other points. All that remains for the deal to be passed into British law is succeeding in getting the votes of a majority of MPs in Parliament, though it's understood that between 80 and 90 Conservative MPs are willing to vote down the bill in protest. Former lawyer of Donald Trump, Michael Cohen, has admitted to lying in front of Congress out of loyalty to the president. He has submitted a false written statement about a Trump Organization plan to build a skyscraper in the Russian capital while Mr. Trump was running for the White House. According to the prosecution, he told the Senate and House Intelligence Committees that talks over the Moscow project had lasted from September 2015 until January 2016. However, Mr. Cohen has now admitted that negotiations had continued until June of 2016. In response, the president denied the claims, saying he's got himself a big prison sentence and he's trying to give himself a much lesser prison sentence while making up this story. Cohen was interviewed behind closed doors in October of last year by lawmakers conducting their own still ongoing investigations into whether Mr. Trump's campaign worked with Russia to sway the 2016 US election. In Susu news, at the annual general meeting, the student body has voted to cut down the number of full-time sabbatical officers to 5, having previously and as of current been 7. Major changes will see the Vice President Welfare and VP Student Communities positions amalgamated into a single role, unsurprisingly titled Vice President at Welfare and Community. Furthermore, the Vice President Democracy and Creative Industries position will be deleted, with democracy responsibilities now falling under the VP Education role. These changes will take effect during the upcoming spring elections in March. To see the full list of changes, including those to student leader positions, as well as the other motions discussed and voted at the AGM, visit the SUSU website. The Sexual Consent Awareness Society has announced a collaborative university-wide survey alongside SUSU to better understand sexual assault, harassment and rape at the university. This comes after the Society conducted a similar consent in sports survey during the summer, albeit with a smaller sample size. However, of the 126 responses, the findings concluded that 62% of those involved had been sexually assaulted, raped or harassed, and that 52% knew of somebody within their sports team that had experienced such trauma. In a recent article for the Wessex Scene, members of the Society stressed the importance of discussing such issues, the need for more accessible support systems for victims, and a harder line on condemning all forms of sexual assault and harassment at the university. Should you wish to take part in the survey, it is currently open, completely anonymous, and is accessible via the Sexual Consent Awareness Southampton Facebook page. And finally, a donation point for non-perishable food items will be open between Monday, November 26th and Tuesday, December 18th for those who struggle in the wider community outside of the university. The project is being run by the External Engagement Zone alongside SUSU. At the end of the collection period, the proceeds will be donated to a food bank run by the Southampton City Mission. If you would like to donate, the collection point is located within the Union Building, which is Building 42, and is situated within the concourse in reception. Thank you for watching. This has been your weekly SUSU TV News Roundup. Have a wonderful week. Goodbye.